We're ValleyLaserTag. We are proposing a laser tag arena for the Napa Valley, which will provide a place for teens and young adults to be able to have things to do in Napa.
Our email is valleylasertag@gmail.com, and you can reach us at 707-815-7846. And this is also our logo for our business. Summary: we're a family-owned, operated, and ran business. We strive to provide a place for the youth and the Napa Valley to be entertained, and we offer 15-minute games of unique laser tag with custom game modes and evolving arena. And what we mean by an evolving arena is that we change it.
So our plan is right now to change our arena every month or month and a half, so people have a replayability aspect to our games where they can come back and get a completely different experience than they had the last time they were there, even if they're there with the exact same people.
All right. So reason why I chose to be in a part of this business was because I strongly I have a strong opinion about entertainment and how teenagers are not able to cooperate or like partake in these kind of unique activities that aren't really held in necessarily every city. But I feel like because of this business, we'll probably just get a lot of teenagers to have more fun.
So the reason why I feel like I make a good part of this team is because I have experience with our demographic, which is mainly teenagers. And I also, I have a passion for laser tag in this kind of business, and also have experience, managing and leading groups through different projects here at New Technology High School.
I really chose to be a part of this business mainly because I spend most of my time at home and not really having a lot to do, and so I was trying to look for other options of things that I could do, and that's when I came across this business idea and really flew with it because I feel like it gave a new place for people our age and younger to be able to have really just a solid good time.
And I chose to be in this group because I always had an interest in laser tag. When I was younger, I used to go to laser tag with my dad all the time. So this really interests me because I know a lot about how the games work, and there's a lot of things that you can do with the business. Problem. Okay. So, first of all, ValleyLaserTag sets out to fix the problem that there's not really that much to do in Napa for teenagers. So there is the movie theater and the bowling alley. That's the other place. And both the movie theater and bowling alley are in kind of weird places. Not only that, but they're really not that entertaining for kids. Of course, going out to a movie with your friends is cool, but wouldn't you much rather shoot your friends? That sounds much more entertaining to me. We look to give quality entertainment to these teenagers that's also active and lots of fun. Yeah, I think that's actually about it. Oh, we know what we're talking about because we ourselves are teenagers, or we were teenagers just last year. So we know, living in Napa, that there is a lack of stuff to do. So we are aware of this problem.
Especially if you're unable to drive. Our competitors such as Stars and Scandia, you have to be able to drive to actually go to those places. And if you're a teenager, then that's not an option unless you get your parents to do that, which they're most likely busy when you have free time and want to do stuff with your friends.
Our facility would be located very close to downtown.
Yep. So our solution to this problem was to be able to make a easily accessible laser tag arena in Napa. So currently we're looking at a building on Tannen Street, which is right off of Saw School, within walking distance of downtown, only about 2 or 3 blocks from here at New Tech, which puts it in easily walking or biking distance from most Napa schools, which is where most of our target audience, since they're high school and middle schoolers, they're in school, so they have. We try to make it easier for them to be able to get there on their own and not have to rely on waiting on their parents to get home from work, or having a day off to be able to get there. Also, our laser tag allows for any sort of time that you're spending with your friends to be more active and actually like building bonds. Because if you just go to the movie theater, you're all sitting basically in a dark room watching a movie. You're not interacting with your friends, and so you're not really getting any sort of really an experience with them. And so at laser tag, you're able to be active and with your friends and being able to move around and really spend some quality time with them.
As for our demographic, we are targeting teenagers, and because it is teenagers, they're not we have the assumption that they're going to make their parents pay. So we also put down parents, but this is actually open to basically any age group, but we're targeting teenagers because we feel as if that's the actual problem that we're trying to pursue, is giving teenagers something to do here in Napa.
Yeah. And so the for our sales numbers, we're looking at having an average of about 800 games in a regular month. We'll have some months, such as June, when kids are getting out of school, in which there are going to be more games. We're looking at an average of about 900 games in months such as June. And we got some numbers from the International LaserTag Association, where they've said that in certain months, sales in laser tag games go up and down depending on which month it is. And so we have a little calendar here, which will give us an approximate number of games that we'll be able to that we assume that we're going to be selling in the course of whichever month it is. And so from each of those games, from around 800 games a month, we're looking at approximately $75,000 in revenue. From a slower month, we're looking at about $65,000, and from a really good month, we're looking at about $95,000 in revenue.
So our main competition is out in Vacaville and out in Cordelia or Fairfield. So out in Cordelia, there is a place called Scandia Family Fun Center, and it has a laser tag building, which is not very focused, and it is fun, but mostly the reason why people go to Scandia is for the arcade and for the bumper boats and the mini golf. So they focus on mostly those other things and kind of spread themselves too thin as far as the laser tag goes. Our idea is to focus mainly and solely on laser tag. For Stars out in Vacaville, they have a laser tag facility that is a little bit more focused than Scandia's, just by way of having less stuff to do there. But they also have bowling, restaurants, and another arcade. This really means that they are also not quite as focused as we are, and they may not be as willing to do the evolving arenas like we are. And once we know that the laser tag facility has been successful, we are thinking about expanding to an arcade, but that will only come when we're confident that our laser tag facility will be as good as it always has.
Okay, so our vision is, in the future, like he said, we're planning, if everything goes as planned, we would like to expand to having an arcade. We've also had ideas of having computer ran arcade type machines, which we would most likely design ourselves. Um, and we, starting out, we want to have minimal like food, like most likely like pizza, but in the future we would like to expand to having other foods like burgers and just expanding our food variety at Valley Laser Tag.
So, in conclusion, I think we probably should show this. But here's what our first arena is going to look like. Something like this. These taller sections up here. You probably can't see it on the video.
You don't need to see it on the video. It's fine.
These taller sections up here are towers, and there will be stairs that go up to these towers where you can then get a better view of everything else. These are walls. All these little things. These are tunnels. And there will be little doors in the tunnels on probably this side that allow you to escape if you become ambushed. In conclusion, Valley Laser Tag is a great.
We should talk about our game modes.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
actually really
our
cool.
2 game modes that we're planning on having as we start out. One's called Infection. The other one is like a classic laser tag game. With Infection, I'll use this to kind of demonstrate. One team starts off with the majority of the players, and the other team starts off with only one player. Okay, and so in the beginning, the one player on one team is called the Infected, and the Infected cannot be killed in the beginning or like basically damaged by the other team for a period of time, probably around 3 minutes. And so starting out, the people on this side will basically try to hide from the Infected, and the Infected is going to try and shoot as many people as possible, and when he shoots them, they then go to his team, and the Infected basically grows in size as far as his team goes. At a certain point, you'll be able to, both teams will be able to shoot people to make them switch to the other team. And at the end of the timer, I think we're planning on having them being 15-minute games. Whoever has the most players on their team wins. But, so as you shoot a player and the player switches to the other team, it gets increasingly more difficult to switch the player from different teams with Infected. But our other game mode is just like a classic laser tag game, and those definitely won't be as fast paced. They'll be more like slower games, and both teams start off with the same amount of players, and the goal for that game is you start from your tower, and when you shoot people, they have what's like called a cooldown timer, and they have to go back to their tower to respawn once their cooldown is up. And your goal is to get all of the players on the other team on cooldown, so you can then destroy their tower, which has a certain amount of health.
So, in conclusion, Valley Laser Tag is an active place to go with your friends when you want to do something entertaining, and if you have a grudge on a specific friend, you can team up on them. The idea is that we're accessible to everyone, and we want anyone to come into our facility, have a lot of fun. We are also planning on hosting business events. But yeah,